Hey guys, it's Billy and welcome back to Sesh. We have got to talk about Jake Paul because a lot of you guys have been wondering what's going on with this FBI raid that happened at his house. There are some updates and I just can't even process all that is going on right now. This is such a mess. I never could have imagined this would be something that we were talking about. If you guys did not pay attention to any of this Jake Paul stuff that I have been reporting on, Jake Paul's house was raided by the FBI. Yes guys, that is right. Jake Paul involved with the FBI. Honestly, I'm shocked, but not shocked at the same time. And basically, when the FBI was at the Team 10 house, they took certain objects from his home. A lot of people were wondering why they took them. It's still super unclear as to why they took these objects from his home. These are dangerous objects, especially when they're just out in the open and they're not stored properly. It could just really end badly. And so I feel as though maybe that would be a reason why they took them, or if he had them without a license, or I really am not sure. But that was definitely a scary sight to see, especially since Jake has been throwing so many parties at the Team 10 house with a lot of people drinking, and if these things are just laying around, someone could definitely get hurt. But knowing that they're out of the house definitely gives me a little bit more peace of mind, knowing what is coming up that we're talking about. But I mean, there's still a whole pandemic going on, so it's definitely not okay to be hanging out in large groups. But you guys, in regards to the entire FBI raid, it seems as though it is in connection with the Arizona looting. It's unclear if there's more to the story. Jake Paul has finally come out to sort of address the situation. This is the first time that he has talked about it, and he said basically that this is just in regards to the Arizona looting, and he mentions that if there was someone in his life that was not doing something good, that they would immediately be dropped from his life. A lot of people felt as though this was him saying that he had dropped Azadi from his life.
Trying to connect with you guys and give you a little bit of an update about a lot of things that are going on with my life personally, the boxing stuff, all that. So just to clarify things and set the record straight, the FBI raid is entirely related to the Arizona looting situation that had happened, and it is an investigation. There are rumors about it having to do with so many other things that have nothing to do with me or my character, and the people are making up is absolutely absurd. But with that being said, when I become aware of someone around me who is doing malicious things, they are immediately cut out of my life. I don't put up I don't surround myself with bad people, and if someone does something bad, they will be removed from my life. My goal right now is to continue to focus on myself, boxing, music.
If you guys don't know, the Team 10 house wasn't the only house that was raided by the FBI. The Graffiti Mansion in Las Vegas was also raided at the exact same time, you guys, by the FBI, and the Graffiti Mansion is owned by Azadi. He's a longtime Team 10 member, or just like a longtime friend of Jake Paul's. They hang out a ton, and a lot of people felt this was maybe Jake saying that he had dropped Azadi from his life. Honestly, when I was watching it, it made me feel as though he was more so defending Azadi, saying if someone was a really terrible person, I would drop them, in a way that Azadi's not a bad person. If he was a bad person, I would drop him. And the reason why people were getting this feeling was because Azadi has a really bad past, you guys. He has been in trouble for some really terrible things. You can look them up. He definitely doesn't seem like a good person to be hanging out with, getting involved in, especially with his history. So a lot of people were saying and coming up with all these rumors. There's a lot of fake tweets going around that even a lot of people have been sending me fake information regarding maybe why the FBI was at the Team 10 house, at the Graffiti Mansion at the time. But all of the reports have really truly only been in regards to the Arizona looting. So all of these rumors and things that are swirling around in regards to maybe what Azadi and Jake Paul have gone into, they're all just rumors. All the news outlets are only reporting that this is truly the only reason why they're getting raided by the FBI, because of the Arizona looting, and they are just investigating the people that are involved. Now, yes, Azadi has a really bad past. I don't know if that is something that he left in the past or if that is something currently going on, but all that has been publicly reported is truly just involving the Arizona looting situation, and that is the only reason. So yes, people really are coming up with the craziest of things, but to my knowledge, as of right now, there is zero confirmation on any of that. But I'm not ignoring it entirely. I'm keeping an eye out, and I'm sure every other news outlet is as well. But this is truly all the information that has been given out by investigators. There is no confirmation of anything else. Anyways, you guys, this entire thing has been crazy. At the time of the raid, Jake was actually in Las Vegas getting ready for his fight against Nate Robinson, because obviously Jake is like some fighter now, and he's based his whole life around fighting. So he was in Vegas. He's quarantined because when you're fighting now, because of the entire pandemic, you have to actually be quarantined. You have to constantly get tested. It's very restricted. There's no audience when you're fighting. So for him to actually fight, he actually has to follow the rules and stay quarantined. The fight actually got pushed back to November, so they have a lot more time now, and Jake was actually able to come home to the Team 10 house, and he was seen just yesterday hanging out with Tana. They were going on a walk, and obviously this is some paparazzi stage situation because Tana posted these pictures on her Instagram story, and she was like tagging the photographer, and he seemed like he's in connection with them. Plus, Jake lives in a private gated neighborhood, and they were taking these photos right outside of Jake's house. Like, he had to be let in to get these photos taken. So the whole thing was just so sketchy to me. And they were wearing masks. I was like, look at you guys trying to pretend like you care about the pandemic right now. Tana, we know you don't care. We know that apology video is about to be all BS because you definitely don't care. You party all the time. And Jake obviously doesn't care because he got caught, you guys, throwing a boxing match, a literal boxing match inside of the Team 10 house.
It can be funny to see how unathletic all these schools are. Be careful!
Yo!
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's just mad that the fight that he had got pushed back. Also, I'm not really sure if the fight got pushed back because of his whole FBI situation or what, but he had a whole fight in his house, and I just can't even process this. There were so many people inside of the Team 10 house, and people were fighting. No one had masks on. Of course, no one had masks on. And people were wondering if Jake was there. I thought that Jake was still in Vegas, but after hearing about his fight and seeing these photos of him and Tana literally hours before this whole event went down at the Team 10 house, obviously Jake was at the freaking fight. Like, there's just no way he's gonna let them do this in his house and he's not there. Like, he's literally fronting the money to live there. They have to approve things by Jake before they do anything. I mean, people sign contracts to live in this house. This was absolutely insane to see. I don't know why. I mean, it's obviously clear that no one cares about the pandemic. If you are an influencer, apparently you're somehow immune to the virus because no one cares. I don't know who's been sending out the memo saying if you have X, Y, and Z amount of followers, you will not get the virus, because that's just what it seems. It seems like that's how everyone is acting. Everyone in the Hype House, all these other houses, clearly the Team 10 house, no one thinks that you can get the virus. You're literally seeing people sweating on each other, fighting, and nobody cares about what's going on around them. LA is literally one of the worst places to be right now in terms of the pandemic. So Jake and everyone at Team 10 are literally such jokes at this point. I mean, some of these videos from the fight aren't even appropriate for me to show you because things got really bad, and it's definitely not anything that anyone should have attended. It's so unsafe. I don't understand how all of these people have a following. Like, everyone at this event literally had some sort of following of a kind, whether it was like 10,000 followers to millions of followers. They literally don't deserve it if they're just going to be so embarrassing and reckless with their platform. This is such a joke. Are you serious right now? These people are such a joke. I can't. I mean, truly, we're talking about an influencer getting involved with the FBI and his house is getting raided and he still has followers. What's going on? I just can't even believe the things that we are reporting on in 2020, you guys. This year just keeps getting crazier and crazier. I definitely want to know how you guys feel about this entire situation. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys stay safe. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.